Hey friends, just sitting on the beach here watching my boys exercise in the background there. And yeah, I just felt to make a video, just think of my friends and family and everybody a lot all the time. And I just felt to put it out there that right now it's like we're all in this whole situation together. What's going on in the world right now. We're all feeling the same things. We're all going through the same things, and it's almost like there's this opportunity we have to just be real about what we're thinking, what we're feeling. Never before have I had such a range of emotions and a range of thoughts. Some days you're up and fully on top of things, and other days it's just like you're just like another person. And I think that the reality is it's okay to not be okay. It's a phrase for me that I'm allowing myself at this point in time. And I think what it does is I think the honesty of it allows you to hold your good days and your bad days together. And it allows both the light and the dark and the contrast of the two to make you a real person. And I believe a whole person. I think we see wholeness and we think of wholeness in perfection. And we think of it as a mathematical thing, as in singular. But for me, I think wholeness comes from the ability to hold the agony and the ecstasy of it all together. And it's almost as if, in a weird way, I think as a humanity, we're learning to realize how connected we are. And we're learning to realize that we're a whole. This idea of the individual is falling by the way because, yep, we are individuals, but we've all been under lockdown, or you all can't just travel. And if you're confused by that, it's simple. Someone sneezes and someone else gets COVID, and we are all connected by this thing. But for me, the good news is another phrase I've come comfortable with over the last while is that resurrection can only work on the dead. And it's almost as if we can be united in this difficult time, and if we can realize our part of humanity, and if we can let our individual selves fall by the way and realize we're part of a collective lump, a collective whole, I believe we can resurrect as a humanity as well. And it's almost like we have these days. I have these days where I just feel love inside my heart, and it's like I have this bandwidth that can cope with anything. And then I have other days where I'm mean-spirited and stingy and spiteful and small-minded and aggressive and grumpy and angry. And I can't deny that about who I am. It's sometimes who I am, and I just got to wear it. But I realize that although that's a part of me, it's just a small part of me, and it's not the real core essence of who I am. And I'm not even taking that stuff too seriously anymore. And now for me, when I'm having those days where you just feel like a monster, I find getting out into nature and letting the sun warm my skin and the wind in my face, I start to realize that I'm a small part of something big instead of being the grumpy, tiny, small part trying to be the big part. I don't know. Maybe some of you know what I'm saying, maybe you don't. But anyway, that's just it for me. So for me, I believe in a thing called hope, and I believe everything's moving towards resurrection at the speed of love. And I'm hopeful at this time that we're being forced into a hole in this darkness or the sickness. And I believe it's preparing us to be forced into a whole and a wholeness, a resurrected wholeness, where we're going to be kinder to one another because of all this. We're going to be humble towards one another because of all this. And we're not going to run around trying to be those bullies on the playground who won't let everyone else play with their toys. So anyway, I could go on and on and on. The learnings have been incredible. When I thought I'd learned stuff, I realized so much more to learn. And yeah, just realizing day by day, minute by minute,